pictures and have them pick their favorite ones on the spot. Picked out the perfect picture. We're going to go straight into Affinity, edit it up, edit the raw file, and I can easily pop this out, put it back to the card. If you have Wi-Fi, then you're all good. You can message them, text message, email, whatever, and it'll be done on the spot. When I get back to my studio, my computer, I got nothing left to do. I'm all done. We saved a ton of time, enough time to get a story.
Once upon a time, after a lovely storm, there was a sharp person cleaning up the towns around their fallen by the storm. To their surprise, they found the ugly mermaid, alas but she was stuck in the pool away from her feet and her table. To get the mermaid back to the ugly sea, the whole family put together to fill a balloon and roll like an ostrich to the water to rejoin her friends. You're welcome.
Okay, guys, so we're back in Affinity. I apologize for the audio with the video. I did end up buying a microphone specifically because I knew I was going to be doing this in the forest, but it came in so late that I really didn't have time to play the settings, and I just thought it was going to, work great, and it didn't. So in the future, I'm going to get that fixed, but sorry about that. So basically, just catch you up to speed here is I went to this 3-day music festival called Electric Forest, just took a ton of pictures and had a lot of fun. And I just wanted to do another shoot raw anywhere kind of video. The last one I did was really popular, and I just wanted to go somewhere really crazy. And Electric Forest is definitely a crazy place. The little 30-second clip that I show in the beginning is just very little bit of what I seen there. We're definitely going to be, I got a lot of pictures. We're going to be doing a lot of really cool tutorials. And I hope you stick around for those. And what we're going to do today, though, is I'm just going to show you how to edit raw photos, which is pretty basic. We're going to start a new comp. And what we're going to do is the way I was doing it in the forest, and I shot it like a little bit out of order. We should have done the edit and then have the fairies tell the story and, send it to them. But basically, if you have, even if your camera doesn't have Wi-Fi and you can't just bounce your pictures over to your iPad using hotspot, you can still use the camera connector kit. Or I got one of those things off of Amazon that's even cheaper. It was like, $12 or something like that, or it might have been 20, something like that. But anyway, point is, I'm going to be doing a review on like that, the cheap one versus the Apple one. But there's multiple ways, even when you're out in the middle of nowhere and you don't have iCloud and, all that stuff, there's still ways to get pictures, raw photos onto your iPad. So now I'm just going to kind of show you how to import and kind of just a couple quick things. So we can see now by looking at the pictures, some of them actually say raw right on them. And that's, obviously how it's raw. But there's another way you can tell it's raw as well. We're going to load one of these up. And once we load one of the raw photos, up in the left-hand corner next to, the camera and everything, it says raw right in the corner. It says I'm using a T4i. It says my lens, and, it just says all the information of how I took the picture. So right there, this is how 100% for sure you're in raw, editing a raw photo. So right off the bat, we got our basics on the right-hand side. And before I get into any of those, I think an important thing to do is if you click the bottom tool on the left-hand side, which is the white balance, It's definitely important to go in and white balance your image first before playing with all the exposure and the vibrance and saturation. All you want to do is zoom in and find something that's white and click on it, and you can see right away that it just white balanced our picture. We definitely had a little bit of blue cast in it, and took care of that, no problem. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to adjust the exposure a little bit. Because it's the fairies, we want to get this picture as bright and as vibrant as we can. We're going to kind of go to the black point. We want a little bit of contrast. And, we just want this picture to really pop. Oops. Clarity, we're going to bring up just a tad. If you got girls in the picture, you never want to bring up clarity too much, because it just makes them look too many harsh lines. And same with the contrast. We can even bump it down a little bit. I'm just going to kind of keep the contrast around the same. We're going to bounce up the vibrance and the saturation for these girls. And, look at how gold that makes them look. The white balance, we're going to keep the same because, I want actual white balance. And then the shadows, we're going to kind of keep like that and kind of do the highlights. So all this is subjective. You can just kind of play with them and kind of get the picture, how you like it. If we go back up to the view tool, we can go to the split view. And we did drastically change that, really quickly. So, definitely good to be bringing in your raws and doing the edit. I'm just going to kind of go down the side here. We do have like lens corrections and stuff like that we can do. I don't think there's any issues with this, but we can kind of fix lens issues. So the detail refinement is kind of like the sharpness that you'd be used to in Photoshop or Lightroom. However, to be quite honest with you, I just don't think it's as powerful, and I think it's the one thing that really needs to be looked at. This compared to Photoshop, it does get in there and do some, like, it will sharpen the picture up a little bit. As you can see, there's before and after. It definitely sharpened it up. However, I still think that Photoshop and Lightroom have a lot better sharpening and detail refinement. There is noise reduction. I don't really think there's a lot of noise in here, but we can kind of go in the background and see how our background was a little blurry, and now it's it's using that luminance to kind of blur out and get rid of some of that noise. Or vice versa, if you think your picture is too clean, you could add noise. So we do have curves, and we can do curves in here. Personally, though, I think we should wait to do that outside. And same with black and white. All this stuff here we can do, but basically, for the most part here, I think we're kind of done with this picture. This is basically what you would do before you bring a picture in and before you do your edits. I will show you one more quick thing. The blemish removal tool, they do have one in RAW. However, I still think I don't like it as much, and I still think you should do it in post. But basically, you can click on a spot and then drag to a different spot, and it's gonna fix that, and you can take out blemishes and everything. If you just click on something, it's gonna go and find like another, what it thinks is another shade or section that it could use, and it's just going to go from there. So you can tap on them, or you can go ahead. Well, see right there, it kind of got a little odd, and that's a hard one to get. And that's why I say, you might want to just wait and do that later, because you can just definitely do a lot more. So basically, once you got this edited and you're looking good with it, all you got to do, you got to go back up to the view tool and then hit develop. And once we do that, we're gonna now we have all of our options here, and even to the point where we can go back in and do it. This is not a raw quote unquote anymore. It's been now that we've developed it, we can't technically go back to raw, but we can still fix a lot of things. And I think we'd be fine with that. So let me just show you one more quick little. So I want to go back and show you just the JPEG real quick. So I want to go to import again, and let's do this one because this picture's actually even rougher, I think, color-wise and everything. But as you can see, we did not go into that first screen where up in the corner it said RAW and stuff. So this isn't a RAW, it's just a JPEG. However, there is a lot of discussion of RAW versus JPEG, and we're not going to get into that. But, shooting in just JPEG will definitely save you a lot of space. And if you are editing full sets on your iPad, that could definitely help. So you can still fully edit pictures in this persona in the same way. You got all the same tools and everything. So, same thing. We're going to go to white balance, get this guy's shirt. Bam. We got the balance corrected. We're going to go up with the exposure. Kind of bring the brightness up, bring the black, leave that kind of around there. Let's just kind of go up with the saturation and vibrance, and just a real quick, quick edit here. So as you can see, like, even though we're not doing RAW, there's still a lot of room to, get these pictures looking a lot better. And, so no matter what you're doing, but I just wanted to show you guys kind of how to bring in a RAW, and that you can literally just do it anywhere, anywhere you are, man, music festival, whatever. Stick around. I hope you guys subscribe, because I have a lot of just crazy photos that I took there, and we're going to be using both Affinity for iPad and Affinity Designer on the Mac. And I got just a ton of really cool tutorials that revolve around, just all these different fairies and aliens, and just, all these characters and like places and the Forest of Night DJs, like lots of really cool stuff coming up, guys. Definitely subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.